Ladies and gentlemen, fight fans all around the world, we're going to talk some boxing. We're going to talk some boxing. We're going to give you guys a little time to get yourselves together and join this stream, and then we'll talk about it. As you can see from the topic, I want to see what your views are, first of all, on Triple G versus Sergey Derevchenko. All right. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Intangible boxing. Shout out to you, my brother. Corruption. Okay. Okay. Injustice. Okay. Intangible boxing. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let me ask you this question. First of all, did you think it was a hell of a fight? What kind of fight did you think it was? Did you think it was great? Don't forget to smash the like button, people. I want to hear your views on it, Intangible. First of all, before we talk about the result, before we talk about scoring, I want to hear what your views were on the fight itself. How did you find the fight was? Shout out to each and every one of you guys. We got 4 people right now came into the chat. Please, all 4 of you, smash the like button so we can get 4 likes. All right, so I'm waiting for people to come in. I know there's going to be a whole lot more people coming in here, and we'll talk about it. But first of all, let me talk about Coach Eric Bradley, the fight doctor, master boxing. I want to promote him in a big way because he's had a big influence on me. And what I've just learned from just watching his take on the fight and also his breakdown on what you should do in boxing, I learned that I can't train on my own. I have to have a trainer. I have to have a coach. And Coach Eric Bradley, I think I'm going to have to train with him. You guys, if you guys are going to try and endeavor to do boxing, please, by all means, make sure you have a trainer because there's a lot of things you may be doing or demonstrating. You may demonstrate it, but it's different in a fight. Okay, and Coach Eric Bradley went into detail of if you practice the wrong thing, you could get really badly hurt in boxing. So do bear that in mind. Okay, and I'm gonna talk about this fight as well with you guys. But first of all, I want to hear what you guys have to say, not just on the result, but on the fight itself. So Intangible Boxing just said, let me just say, he said corruption, injustice. All right. All right. So Intangible, let's start first off Intangible Boxing with what did you think about the fight itself? I'll go to my scorecards and everything. I'll tell you what my views are on the fight, but I want to hear you guys' views first, you guys' thoughts on the fight first before I go into what I have to say. So I'm just waiting for more of you guys to come through. Some of you guys came and some of you guys left. That's crazy. All right, so let me hear more. So Intangible Boxing thought it was corruption. My prediction for the fight was that Derevchenko would win. The actual result was contrary to that Gennady Golovkin won the fight, according to the official results. And also, I thought that Derevchenko would break down Gennady Golovkin and give him a pretty bad beating. Okay, that's what my prediction was. I don't know about you other guys or what your predictions were, but my prediction didn't come through. The result was that Gennady Golovkin won on the scorecards. I think 115-112, 114-113, and 115-112. Okay, that was the result. Anyway, I want to hear what you guys' views, first of all, were on the fight itself. I gotta say, the fight itself, in my opinion, because you guys are not talking, I guess I will talk. I thought the fight itself was a pretty good fight. It was a good fight. So it was a good fight. And I thought that it had a lot of action. It was an action-packed fight. How it began was very interesting. You know, I don't know how you guys felt about the knockdown in round 1, but it you know, for people just watching, it was very interesting in that it looked like it was going to be a short night for Gennady Golovkin in round 1 for the people watching. Intangible Boxing says, can you see my last 2 posts? Yes, sir. You said corruption and justice. Mr. Hulk 333 says, I think it was an entertaining fight. I also noticed that Darren Franchenko took some textbook stuff from Canelo and applied it to his game. Tangible Boxing says Darren Franchenko won 116-111. Okay, interesting. Interesting. You added 9 rounds to 3. Interesting. All right. All right. All right. That's a wide scorecard, by the way, in Tangible Boxing. Mr. Hulk 333 says, I also noticed that the fight that GGG had with Canelo really did some damage to him, and Father Time is slowing him down. Okay. Intangible Boxing says the fight was not close. Okay. 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 Interesting observations. Now, I didn't want to go into the scoring of the fight yet. I just wanted to hear what you guys say about the fight itself. You know, the actual fighting. And I thought it was a really exciting fight in the sense that there was a lot of activity. A lot of punches were thrown. A lot of good defense. Both fighters had... Okay, no. Well, one fighter exhibited extraordinary defense, I thought. And I thought that the fight was one in which we had just good all-around entertainment. So even if you were a casual fan, you'd be entertained by this fight. If you were a boxing fan, you could be entertained by this fight. Now, I want to say one thing, though. I think everyone saw what they saw. I think it was a pretty clear fight, in my opinion, a very easy fight to score. Different people had different opinions about that, but, you know, Intangible Boxing says Derevyanchenko, when he was on the ropes, would just pivot around and get GGG to the body and gut GGG to the body. Right. So you're talking about the actual fight itself. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay, cool. Here we go. All right. Right. So, interesting stuff that you're saying there, Intangible Boxing. Smash that like button if you like what you're hearing right now. The ref was garbage. Derevyanchenko had GGG hurt, and he separated the two for no reason at all. Oh, so you didn't like the referee. Okay. All right. So far I'm hearing from opinions from Intangible Boxing, mostly Hulk 333. He said 1 or 2 things. Don't forget to smash that like button, people, if you like what you're hearing. Now, what I did notice was the crowd that was in attendance was a pro-GGG crowd. Sergey Derevyanchenko didn't really have much supporters. And I heard them chanting, Triple G, especially after the first round. And in the second round, Derevyanchenko obtained a cut over his head. At first, they said it was based on a punch. And then the officials reversed that and said it was off a headbutt. So all of that might have influenced how people looked at it. The Zone was commenting on the fight, as well as Sky Sports. I listened to both commentaries, as well as watched the fight. You know, and it was interesting. It was just interesting hearing their narration compared to you know, what I thought I was seeing. You know, so it was interesting. All right, so Intangible, you seem like you're losing your shit. You like so. You look like you're losing your mind. All right. Let's get into it. All right. So from Intangibles, totally like distraught with what happened in this fight. Let me talk about what I think in terms of the fight itself. All right. Let me describe it like this. Tommy Temper, who did you guys have winning? Well, I want to ask you, Tommy Temper, before you go into it. Intangible Boxing thought that Derevyanchenko was robbed. What do you think, Tommy Temper? Because I thought this fight was easy to score. What did you think, Tommy Temper, about the thoughts on the fight? General thoughts, if you want. Your scorecard, the score of the fight. What did you think? Were you impressed by both combatants, or one? Or what was your thoughts on the fight? What do you think about the early knockdown? Do you think it was going to be a short night? Oh, Tommy Temper, you haven't watched it yet. Well, then, brother, what are you doing on this feed? We're about to talk about the fight. You can't be influenced by us. I'm on the UK clock, remember? Well, you should have seen the fight already. You should have seen the fight already. It's gone since yesterday. You're way ahead of us. All three judges gave the 10th and 12th to Triple G. Absolutely ridiculous. I almost think the fight was fixed. All right, cool, cool. All right, so let me start off by saying, shout out to each and every one of you guys. I thought that this fight was not as competitive as Porter versus Spence. Okay, my honest opinion. Let me give you my scorecard. So I'm going to break down my scorecard completely. So I gave Triple G round 1 and round 2, mainly because I gave him round 1 and round 2, mainly because in round 1 he got a knockdown, and in round 2, initially they said it was by a punch, even though Roger was kept on saying it was a headbutt. So that's why I gave him those 2 rounds. The other round I gave Triple G in the entire fight was round number 8. Now, you could argue that Derevyanchenko won round 8 as well, but I gave him round 8 anyway. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt in certain rounds. Now, when we look back at round number 1, that knockdown, in my opinion, was not a knockdown. Derevyanchenko got hit in the back of the head, like Tyson Fury got hit in the back of the head against Deontay Wilder. So it really discombobulated him a bit, and he fell backwards. It was, if anything, a flash knockdown. But I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and I gave him round 1. And everybody agreed that Derevyanchenko was doing the better work. I also gave Derevyanchenko round 2, even though, I'm sorry, Gennady Golovkin round 2. For no reason at all, except for that we said the cut was landed by a punch. Clearly, Triple G was the more powerful puncher of the 2, right? He was the stronger puncher. Not stronger. He was the more powerful puncher and the harder puncher of the 2. Now, barring those 3 rounds I just spoke about that I arbitrarily gave to Triple G, maybe you could give him round 5, maybe? No, not round 5 at all. That's it. Those are all the rounds I ever gave Triple G in the whole entire fight. This fight could have been, like you said, Intangible Boxing, 9-3, 116-111, which is what I scored it as. Or it could have been a shutout. This fight could have been a shutout. It could have been a whitewash. Derevyanchenko could have won every single round. It depends on how you look at it. Which is why the crowd that's pro Triple G, a pro Triple G crowd, started booing the result. Because it was clear as day that Derevyanchenko was doing what he wanted to do. Was getting all the shots in on Triple G. You know, Triple G was on the defensive a lot. Derevyanchenko was pushing him back, raking those body shots to Triple G, lots of body work, and just overall dominating this fight. This was a beatdown. This was a whoop down. Triple G's a tough guy, but he got beat up. Right? Both of them went to the hospital just to check, but I think they did it mostly for Triple G because Derevyanchenko was fine. Right? We all know that big gash over his eye, I believe it's his right eye, was caused by a headbutt. Yeah, there ain't no punch splitting the eye open like that. It was by a headbutt. Even though Tyson Fury's eye split open too. And what's amazing to me is that Triple G couldn't do anything else with that eye. You know, at least work the eye and get it, couldn't do anything else with the eye. Which told me how good defensively Derevyanchenko was. Not only in protecting his eye, but his overall defense. And just how he would step around Triple G and land shots and basically dominate the fight. Even his jab was better than Triple G. So I thought this was a dominant performance by Sergey Derevyanchenko. And I do agree with anyone who says he was robbed. Not that it was a close fight like the narrators were saying or all the other people, but this was not even close like you said, Intangible, which is very interesting that you also came to the same scorecard I had. And I decided, to take a step back and go to Coach Eric Bradley and see what he would say on the fight. And Coach Eric Bradley came to the same conclusion. There's no way in hell that Triple G won that fight. He got a gift of the decision. And I truly believe that Triple G's a tough guy, no doubt about it. But if you look at Triple G's face compared to Derevyanchenko, Triple G's face is messed up. Derevyanchenko has some puffy eyes. And they were trying to say one eye was closing and stuff. I don't know why people are doing this myth on Triple G. This is why I don't like Triple G. Because there's a lot of hype around him that is not true. Triple G didn't even have the defense that he was supposed to have. Supposedly, Jonathan Banks was supposed to make a difference in terms of his defense. And as Coach Eric Bradley said, muscle memory determines defense. It's really when it comes down to crunch time, it's not how much drills you do and how well you can do them, but when the pressure's on you and you resort to muscle memory. Don't forget to smash that like button, people. Don't just be coming in here, liking what you're seeing, and then... All right. Intangible Boxing said all three judges gave the 10th and 12th to Triple G. Absolutely ridiculous. I almost think the fight was fixed. It possibly was. I mean, they had to give him the win so he could face Canelo. This is what they're trying to do. Get a Triple G Canelo fight, a third one, so they can make money. But everybody all around the world could clearly have judged that fight. And by the way, I arbitrarily gave the 8th round to Triple G because he actually responded and landed some punches. But really and truly, you know, the 8th round didn't go to Triple G. It went to Derevchenko. That's how crazy it was. And he took a beating. My prediction that he would take a beating came true, and he took a drumming. He got a belt, which he did not deserve. I think everyone who saw this fight says they thought Sergey won. Only people who have not said that are Eddie Hearn, Tom Loeffler. They're the only two people I've seen online that said that they thought he won. Ludabella said he didn't think it was a robbery, wouldn't go that far, but he thought Sergey was robbed of his moment. And I'm gonna tell Ludabella, no, it was a robbery. This is an exact example of a robbery. And it's sad because this wasn't even a close fight, like Intangible realizes. And as I also came to the realization. And not just I, but I even saw Showbiz the Adult saying Derevchenko won this fight 8-4. He had it 8-4. And he said he hopes they don't rob him. And he had predicted Triple G would win the fight. So, I mean, what can I say? What can I say, people? Smash that like button if you like what you're hearing. What can I say, people? Even Triple G fans did not believe he won. They thought Derevchenko won this fight. And so it is what it is. No Intangible Boxing wasn't due to a left hook. The officials showed that it wasn't. You see, they showed on the replay a left hook to Sergey's eye, but they never showed that his eye was cut. You never see blood coming from it, right? And you don't know what happened before that left hook or after the left hook. It was a clash of heads. Obviously, it was a clash of heads. They was officiated it. They said it was a clash of heads, and that's what it was. And so he didn't even get that. So the round that I told you he won, he didn't win. And because Derevchenko was doing the body of work. It's just that the difference in this fight is you can't just talk about numeracy. You have to also look at power. And so Triple G was landing the power punches, clearly, and they had an effect on Derevchenko. But Derevchenko was cumulatively applying a lot of punishment to Triple G. Cumulatively. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Mike Alvarado TBE says Mike Alvarado was rumored to move up to 160 pounds and scared Triple G. GGG and Pac-Man are avoiding Mike Alvarado. Intangible Boxing says, I muted the commentary after round 3. Okay. Mike Alvarado is the real winner of this fight. His force made this happen. Intangible Boxing. You were right about this fight. If your name ends with Chenko, you have Lomachenko's haircut, you will prevail, especially against a GGG type fighter. Ukrainian power. All right. Now, as you see, Triple G does not have an inside game. In fact, he started clinching up in the later rounds. In round 12, he was clinching. In round 11, Derevchenko was having his way with him, pushing him back, beating him back, circling him. So he would go around him, pivot around him, then land the body shots. He got the angle on Triple G, weak side, and would just land punches. Triple G doesn't have defense, like I told you guys. Now it's becoming very apparent what I was saying. You know, a lot of people say that Triple G's getting old. That is not the factor here. The factor here is if you're getting older but you don't have defense, that's a problem. The problem with it is he doesn't have defense. And Canelo knew that. That's why he wasn't interested in another fight. Derevchenko looked like the stronger fighter last night. Yes. I agree with that. He was stronger than Triple G. Even though Triple G was strong, he's strong. Probably stronger than Derevchenko because he was pushing Derevchenko back to the ropes, and he looked the stronger guy. He looked the bigger guy actually. And Derevchenko was actually bigger than him in size, but Derevchenko just, I mean, it was a clinic, man. It was a clinic, and Mr. Hulk 333 says defense, defense. Now Derevchenko didn't borrow anything from Canelo. Derevchenko's style is just that. He's an inside fighter, and that's where he rakes body shots. I mean, I saw Derevchenko hit a four-punch combination where he landed two double left hooks and then two overhand rights on Triple G. I mean, Triple G was eating punches. That's why he was backing off. Jonathan Banks was talking about after the fight that, Triple G, he was backing up and, that's just what Triple G does. Something. No, it was the body punching. The body punching was backing him up. And Derevchenko was ripping some body shots. And you see Triple G, he would just cower over and try and protect his body. So Canelo did it to him. Danny Jacobs did it to him. And Derevchenko is doing it to him. And yes, he's now becoming, the next fight that he goes to, they may have to take him to the hospital for real, and he may die. He may be a data chef. Because a lot of people are praising this guy and calling him all-time great and all this stuff. And this dude is taking punishment. He's become a punching bag. And the fact that he won a fight that he did not win, and everybody's realizing that, shows the bias towards this guy, how they're pushing this guy in the industry, and how fake he really is. And there's a narrative built about him, the Great White Hope, as we call it. And it's strange that a guy much better than him, that outclassed him, outboxed him, outbanged him, outfought him in every single aspect of the word, showed you what inside fighting's all about. He loses the fight to this dude. This dude has become, and this is what I'm talking about. He's become a Manny Pacquiao. But now even worse than Manny Pacquiao, because Manny Pacquiao at least accomplished something. And, if the fight is close, Manny Pacquiao gets the fight. In this case, this fight wasn't even close, as you guys said. Now, why am I so calm about this? I already predicted what would happen, so I already knew what was going to happen. Because I looked at the styles, and I knew that Derevchenko, he was just really good. Triple G talked about him being scared. And it's sad because this is what happens in boxing sometimes. People talk about Canelo being robbed and how Triple G was robbed by, Canelo robbed Triple. Well, what is this? What is this, people? What is this? Everybody talks about Canelo's outrage. At least his fights are close on the judges' scorecards, even though his first fight with Triple G wasn't close. The second fight with Triple G wasn't close. Now people are seeing the truth. And Triple G fans saw the truth. And they booed him. The entire auditorium booed him. Booed him. He didn't deserve that win. He didn't deserve that win at all. And for the first time since Julio Cesar Chavez versus Pernell Whitaker, I can say definitively this was a robbery. Anybody who knows, you don't even have to know boxing to see this is a robbery. Casual fans realize this was a robbery. They might have listened to the narration and say it was a close fight, but they know this wasn't the wrong guy won. The wrong guy won. Danny Jacobs exposed Triple G and Canelo followed up. Actually, I would say Kell Brook. Kell Brook was the first guy to show this guy really ain't all that they say he is. He was rolling punches and all of that. But even before that, Canelo knew it was easy work. Floyd knew it was easy work when they said he's straight up and down, no special effects. They were saying this. They were telling you this. He's strong. He's powerful. He got some technique when it comes to offense, but defensively, y'all been hyping the dude up. He can't even box going backwards anymore because the competition's so good now. You got a good inside fighter in Derevchenko who exposed that, beating his ass all around the ring. Defense, defense, defense. What did I tell you guys? Defense. If you want longevity in boxing, you got to have defense. And that's what Triple G came to Jonathan Banks for. Jonathan Banks broke the mold in the interview with Radio Raheem. He said we were supposed to work on his defense. and throwing more shots, more combinations. He said it clearly, and you saw what happened. Intangible Boxing says, okay, Intangible Boxing said Margarito didn't become brain dead somehow, so there's there's hope for Golovkin. No, there's not. No, there's not. No. He's going to suffer from the effects of brain damage later on in his life. That fight took off 15 years of his life. He lost 15 years of his life. I'm arbitrarily saying a number, but nonetheless, that was a beating. Jacobs beat him up. Canelo beat him up for 2 fights. And Derevyanchenko has just given him another severe beating. The reason why they picked Steve Rolls next, he ain't facing no... Listen, Triple G's not facing. All right? He's not going to face Demetrius Andrade. It's never going to happen. All right? He's going to defend his IBF belt, and he's going to defend it, and he's going to try and look for a Canelo fight. And I'm saying again to you guys, if Canelo fights Triple G a 3rd time, Triple G is going to be never the same. Okay? He's never going to be the same. He's going to go into a coma, or he's going to die. Canelo will kill him. I'm telling you guys this again. I've said it before. I'll say it again. If he faces Canelo a 3rd time, he will never be able to enjoy his money. He will be killed. Or he will be paralyzed. Because Canelo will put him in a coma. All right? He doesn't have defense. And the tough guy routine thing, it only lasts so long. An accumulation of punishment. It was better if he got knocked the fuck out than he's taking that kind of punishment now for 4 fights. 4 fights, he's taking that kind of punishment. He's just a name in boxing now. He should retire, quite frankly. I wouldn't continue boxing. Taking too much punishment. Way too much punishment. And Jonathan Banks said the same thing. He said he's taking way too much punishment. He ain't going to last long in this sport anymore. All right? People will say Abel Sanchez was a better trainer. No, he wasn't. Not than Jonathan Banks. Triple G been taking a lot of punishment. That's why he went to Jonathan Banks. I told y'all he got worse defense than Jarrett Hurd. Everybody be arguing with me. I was talking the truth. I didn't say nothing on the internet. I had nothing to say. I just listened to Coach Eric Bradley. Now Intangible Boxing got the same scorecard, almost the same scorecard as me. I mean, you know. Hope, not is whole. I got you, man. I got you. Tangible Boxing says, I've seen a few robberies since Chavez Whitaker. Marquez Pacquiao 3 was a robbery. Okay. Well, I'm going back to Chavez Whitaker. This was a clear... Listen, this man, Derevyanchenko, basically won almost every round of the fight. You could have a 10-2, 11-1, 10-zip. He basically won this fight, clearly. Even people who don't know nothing about boxing know Derevyanchenko won. It was that easy to score. Who was the busier fighter? Derevyanchenko. Who was landing more of the punches? Derevyanchenko. Who was the fighter that was more effective in pushing Triple G back and hurting him? Derevyanchenko. Who was the guy that wasn't getting hit by Triple G much? Derevyanchenko. Defense, ring generalship, effective aggression, clean, effective punching. I mean, what do you want? Right? This ain't rocket science, man. Everybody can see that. Mr. Hulk 336 says, do you think that Canelo will be interested in fighting GGG, or do you think Canelo would just move on with his career? Canelo's just going to move on with his career. He's not going to face Triple G again. There's nothing interesting for him to do. What? You going to beat on a drum again? To collect another paycheck? For what? It does nothing for his legacy. He's been disinterested in GGG. You know what? A lot of you guys think that Canelo, he afraid of Triple G or something. Canelo finished saying, that fight doesn't interest me anymore. It's not because he's afraid. It's just not interesting. He beat on this guy 2 fights straight, like a drum. Now Derevyanchenko's just beat on his ass like a drum. Why? Because Triple G looked great. He had all those knockout wins and all that. The Zone is in their interest to promote Triple G, okay? As was HBO. HBO fell through with boxing because Triple G fell from his throne. They were building all of their boxing around Triple G. And they failed because Canelo beat his ass. Then after that, they turned around and now DAZN has him, kind of like an HBO 2. And DAZN was trying to promote him as this great fighter. Triple G, Tom Loeffler was talking about all these other fights. Triple G ain't facing none of them guys, right? He's not facing none of them guys. All them guys gonna kill him now. They know he's vulnerable to the body. Canelo already exposed that a while ago. Danny Jacobs too. He's vulnerable to the body. So they're going to just kill him. They're going to kill him. They literally kill him in the ring. Because he's not going to lay down. He's going to get beaten after beating after beating. Don't forget to smash that like button, people. He about to get beat up like a bully. Like somebody being bullied. Intangible Boxing says Golovkin turns into a jabbing machine going backwards. He cannot fight backwards to save his life. Nope, can't. He either shells up or throws the jab. Mike Alvarado TB says Mike Alvarado is attempting to fight Clarissa Shields to make history, being the first boxer to win a male and a female world title. Everyone in male boxing league didn't want that work with Mike. Andre might be the one to kill GGG, not Canelo. He's not going to face Demetrius Andre. There's not enough paycheck there for him. He's not going to face him. And Andre is a notoriously difficult guy to beat. And he got really good footwork. If it's anybody that Triple G would want to face, it's Canelo. And he's not going to get that fight. Canelo's not going to give him another paycheck. Tangible Boxing says, I must give you props on the Herd GGG thing. Yeah, well, you know. I'm not saying I'm great at boxing, but I listen to Master Boxing, and I learned now I can't continue practicing what I'm doing. I need to actually have a coach or a trainer to help me with that. And it would take me a while before I even do an amateur or pro fight. Tangible Boxing says, I give GGG the 11th, and that's being generous. I know. I had definitely Derevchenko winning the 11th. He was backing GGG up. I mean, he was beating on him. I mean, come on now. Intangible Boxing. GGG Canelo 3 will be the Ray Robinson Lamada Valentine's Day Massacre 2.0. Man, I'm telling y'all, man, it's going to be brutal. He won't kill him. Canelo's already killed one guy. He won't kill him. He won't kill Triple G. Triple G will not live to benefit from that money. That's not worth it. His health is more important. Mike Alvarado says, GGG Canelo 3 will be Mike Alvarado versus Rios 3. What I'm going to say is that a lot of people need to go back and watch those Canelo fights to see if they were competitive or not. You know, and it's weird because everybody looked at Adelaide's scorecard in the first fight and said she was a judge that needed to be fired. Okay, now go back and watch the first fight and go ahead and score it and see if you don't get the same score as Adelaide Bird. Mike Alvarado knocked Rios out with a body shot, but the ref said it was a low blow. You know, the groin is part of the body. Yeah. So my point is, though, what I'm trying to say to you guys is that, yeah, this was a robbery. That's what it was. The ref robbed Mike Alvarado's KO win over Rios. That was a robbery. And Coach Eric Bradley backs up what I'm saying. You know? Of course, he breaks it down even more. He talks about the skill sets and also the muscle memory and what Derevchenko was doing and what a lot of other fighters wanted to do, but they couldn't do because they hadn't done it correctly. So Derevchenko should be IBF champion right now. It is what it is. You know, you called it intangible. You said it was going to be a split decision window, and you said it was going to be controversial. Well, it's controversial, all right. GGG's diamond chin is a curse. His diamond chin about to get broken. Trust me. You can't be taking them punches forever. He gonna get broken. Where his next fight better be another dud like Steve Rawls. It better be another dud. Mr. Hulk 333, you will learn a lot from Master Boxing. He knows his stuff. Absolutely. But I need to get on his program and start getting involved in this process so I can actually do something in boxing. Otherwise, I'm going to get knocked the fuck out or very badly damaged, and I don't want that to happen to me. GGG as well may as well take a dive next fight to save him from the punishment. Yeah, I mean, Intangible Boxing said, yeah, I watched Eric Bradley. He coached in the 2004 Olympics. There you go. So, we don't really need to go into too much more detail on this fight, Triple G versus Derevyanchenko. I thought Derevyanchenko did some excellent inside work. Beautiful jab to get on the inside. We changed levels and he would jab. I even saw the shotgun jab on Triple G. I mean, he couldn't miss Triple G with the jab. Everybody always praised Triple G for his jab. This is the point I'm making about Canelo Alvarez versus Sergey Kovalev. Shout out to each and every one of you guys. Smash that like button if you're coming through. I was trying to explain to people, they talk about all this great jab and all this carajo. And I'm just telling you guys once again that inside fighters can nullify the jab. And Canelo's going to do that to Sergey Kovalev. He's going to knock him out with body work and probably to the head. But he's going to knock him out. Now you guys believe me? I remember people talking about Triple G's jab was a problem for Canelo. Was it really? Was it really a problem for Canelo? Go rewatch those fights again. The narrative that people be painting about Triple G is a lie. It's been a lie. That's why I said I didn't like the guy. Not personally, but the lies that they promote him with. The hype train that's around him. He could do no wrong. He won a fight he lost. And this is not like Mayweather versus Castillo or Manny Pacquiao versus Juan Manuel Marquez or even Errol Spence versus Sean Porter. No, this is a fight that everyone who watched it knew Derevyanchenko won because he was busier. He was more effective. He was pushing Triple G back. He was the guy walking down Triple G for the majority of the fight. Yeah, he got dropped in the first. Yeah, his eye got cut. But after that, he won every single round after that. Most people watching would tell you that. It's something that even a casual viewer could realize. When was Triple G wasn't even throwing much punches. He got gun shy. So this was an easy fight to score. Don't forget to smash that like button, people. If you like what you're seeing. Van Oz says, that's Ward bin Kovalev. He went to work on the inside. Yeah. Inside work. We break down the body. Everything else will follow. This was a one-sided fight, man. There was nothing to this, but except for the announcers who were saying it was a competitive fight, and except for the judges who, for some reason, thought it was competitive too. And the one thing I could say is maybe they were waiting for Triple G to land some of his power again and to see something happen in round 1 and round 2. So they're anticipating that. Maybe that's why they scored rounds for Triple G. He was hardly doing anything in this fight. Hardly doing anything. He put up some resistance in round 12, but I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Tangible Boxing says, even in the first, when Derevyanchenko got knocked down, he immediately took over the latter parts of the round. He took over the whole round. The only reason Triple G won that round was because he got knocked down, which wasn't really a knockdown, but hey, it's what it is. So now you guys see how overhyped this guy is. Everybody so far in this chat section agrees that Triple G lost that fight. Yes, Van Haas, I understand what you're saying. You said you're sorry. You meant that's how Ward beat Kovalev. Yeah. There's nobody in this comment section that believes Triple G won. No one. And I'm not even, you notice I'm not even emotional about this. Like, I'm not even trying to be emotional about this. Yeah, I had Andre Ward winning 7-5 the first fight. Seven, not 7-5. Sorry, 6-5. No, what I'm saying, 7-5. Yeah, 7-5, 114, 113. That's correct. Yeah. It's just one of those things where I'm watching this stuff and I can't believe what I'm seeing. But that's boxing. That's boxing. You leave it in the judge's hands, anything can happen. He, Triple G is kind of like Manny Pacquiao. You have to knock him out. And even when you knock him out, they're going to find something negative to say about you. The man's like a god. You notice I'm not even emotional about this. Intangible Boxing says GGG was the more Mexican of the two, so therefore he wins. I have no idea because the GGG fans didn't agree. They didn't agree. So I'm amazed that people are talking about it wasn't a robbery. But I wanted to hear your opinion first, and I was kind of shocked that you guys had the same opinion as I had. It was a robbery. That's what this fight was. This is textbook what a robbery is. You eat a whole set of shots. You get beat up a whole fight and you still win it. Boxing is rated on Mexican, not Mexican. Oh, boxing is rated on Mexican, not Mexican. I don't even understand that because Triple G's not even Mexican. He's talking Mexican style drama show. Definitely was a drama show. Mexican style drama show. But he's not even doing Mexican style because a Mexican beat his ass up using Mexican style. So he can't even say Mexican style no more. The problem was that GGG didn't use the shoulder roll. You keep on saying this shit. Mike Alvarado showed the key on how to win every fight. It's using the shoulder roll. That's just true. He wasn't using no shoulder roll. He tried, but he's getting countered over the top. I'm gonna check out the punch stats. I will prepare to be shocked. No, actually, the punch stats show that Derevyanchenko outlanded Triple G and outthrew him. So even that, I think they talked about it in the fight. The zone people, they said Brian Kenyon, they said he actually landed more punches than any other fighter has landed on Triple G. Combi Bucks had Triple G landing 243 punches to Derevyanchenko's 230. Wow. See, that's the thing with these punch stats. I don't know what they be thinking, but that's crazy. That's like Errol Spence versus Sean Porter. There's no way those punch stats were what they were. And obviously, this being a one-sided fight, there's no way. Derevyanchenko was the busier fighter. He was landing more punches than Triple G. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. So you realize it's fixed. Boxing sometimes can be fixed, and definitely they were determined to have Triple G win this fight. Didn't matter if Derevyanchenko knocked his ass out. They were still going to have Triple G winning this fight. They would have picked up Triple G from off the floor while he's sleeping, and they would have raised his hand. That's crazy. So, it's boxing, and of course, the three judges, their judgment is what matters. I only used CompuBucks to see who was busier and what variation of punches the fighters were using. Right. I think Derevyanchenko out-jabbed Triple G. I wouldn't be surprised he definitely outlanded Triple G. And I think he out-threw Triple G. So this is not even, everybody saw it. The basic picture of variation, though. Yeah. If it ain't a jab, it's a power punch. I got you. I mean, I don't know what to say. I told you this guy was overhyped, though. Y'all was saying how Triple G beat Canelo in the first fight. Canelo was robbed. Was robbed. Hybrid 95. You join the party, Hybrid. By the way, don't forget to smash that like button. Hybrid 95 says the same thing we all agree on. Everybody universally agrees. Derevyanchenko won that fight. There's very few people, if there are any at all, that says Triple G won that fight. This is going to be a unanimous decision for anybody who knows boxing. They would know Triple G lost that fight, right? The fact that it was a unanimous made me furious in my post-fight video. I know. Boxing, brother. It's boxing. They had their agenda for Triple G. And Derevyanchenko was just not the home fighter. He's not the marquee name. And he was never going to win that fight. It was never going to happen. Just what it is. Just what it is. Van Hus, GGG has been a hype job in my opinion. Always been. People worshipped him. And people didn't like Canelo, so they hate towards Canelo. And the worshiping of Triple G was a blatantly disgusting combination that led to people saying Triple G won 2 fights that he did not win. And now he's been exposed as the hype job and the liar that he is by everyone seeing him get dusted by Derevyanchenko. Derevyanchenko he went ham on him. Billy Joe Saunders would have dog walked Triple G. Yeah. But Billy Joe would have boxed him more. But he would have pivoted around him and beat him up too. There's a lot of GGG's cult followers who thought he won. I watched the fight twice now, and a good fight, but bad decision. This was a dominating fight by one fighter, Derevyanchenko. You get a busted eye like that, right? Right? You saw Tyson Fury fight. Y'all praised Tyson Fury for not letting whoever the guy's name is, I can't remember his name, Otto Wallen, make his eye worse, right? That's because of his defense, right? Well, what happened to Triple G? He didn't land shit after that. You would think he would work the eye and get it and get the guy out of there, right? Nope. Dude got blood coming into his eye, so he got blurred vision and all that shit, and he still dusted Triple G's ass. That's how good Triple G really is. Tangible Boxing says, I go as far as to say Maciej Sulecki would beat Triple G. Yeah, it's possible. He's a good boxer. But you had to keep him on the outside, though. But yeah, he got good defense. He might. Triple G might beat him, though. Because Triple G likes... Maciej Sulecki is not really a fighter that push you back. And he uses his jab. He have a good jab, too. Yep. Golovkin is terrible fighting off the back foot. Yeah, duh. Didn't you see Canelo push him back in the Canelo fight? You just walking his ass down for the entire fight? Now you realize that? Come on now. Everybody was talking about how he had a good, effective jab against Canelo. Did he? Well, did he? Who do you think Triple G will face next? Who cares? I don't. And mandatory. They're going to talk to the sanctioning body and have Triple G face a mandatory. He going to finish off his days not facing any other top tier guys. You can be guaranteed of that, except for Canelo. Hold on a second. I got to go use the bathroom. Let me put this down. Go use the bathroom. I'll be right back. If it was any other fighter in boxing, they would say in the 12th and final round, this fighter need a knockout to win the fight. But it's Triple G. It's Triple G. So he was winning the fight apparently. Oh, it was up for grabs. It's anybody's fight now in the final round. The ridiculousness that you got to see. Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder can see. Yep. Yep. Yup. Talking about that, I met 2 or 3 blind people who were moving around. It was cool. They're just naturally moving around, and they're walking around and everything. It was so cool. Hold on a second. I'm outside. Vasil said GGG lost. Tell us something we don't know. I'm tired of GGG chasing Canelo like a desperate stalker. Unless you're a cash cow, you will not eke out a decision over Triple G. You have to stop him. Apparently, that seems to be the case now. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So, okay, we still keeping the stream out here. That's cool. Just showing you guys a little bit outdoors. Make sure these plants are good. May have to give them some more water. Yeah, so at the end of the day, this is the story that was going on with Triple G. And I personally think that this dude been protected. This dude be sheltered. They had this narrative. I don't know who got favor with who, the sanctioning bodies and all that. I do believe Golden Boy sabotaged Canelo's IBF title, so he didn't face Derevyanchenko for the mandatory, so that Golden Boy could put Triple G in a position to get the title. I think that's what happened. They're trying to, the zone is trying to manufacture a Canelo versus Triple G fight, and they're going to try everything in their power to get that, when they should just let the organic process go as it should. But they chose to battle Canelo on this. And it's not convincing now. We could see with the fixes in that the zone is trying to get this Golovkin Canelo fight, and in the process rob other fighters of their victories. And that's what's up. I'm not saying that the zone somehow influenced the boxing bodies or whatever, but I'm just thinking it just looks bad. Intangible Boxing says Danny Jacobs beat him too. Well, everybody sees that now. Now we can look back at those fights and realize Danny Jacobs beat him in spite of the knockdown, and that was a real knockdown. Even though Danny Jacobs tripped over Triple G's foot, it was a real knockdown. But it was a closer fight, right? This fight wasn't close. Intangible Boxing says I might start streaming if I get my laptop tomorrow. Yeah, man, I'm just gonna show you guys around my home. This right here is, I don't know if you can see it, but it's some red mulch that's on the ground, so that I can soften up the ground as well as prevent grass from growing up there. I intend to paint in the back here, paint up the back of the house. Beautiful greenery in the back here is so nice and cool. It's really awesome. So I get my quiet time and really nice space, and I have nice neighbors too. Really good people. They actually helped me to bring this about. So it's really nice here. I'm surprised I'm getting internet feed in the back here. I'm still going off with the internet from inside the house. So that's pretty awesome. Hybrid 95 says Golovkin's best asset to his whole game has been his punch resistance and iron chin, as well as his power. But it's going to fall apart. You can't go all your life like that, taking punishment like that. Hybrid 95 says he should just go ahead and face Charlo. At least I know for a fact he's not going to face Andre. He's not going to face Charlo. He's not going to face Andre. It's not going to happen. Sorry, guys. He's going to defend his mandatories, and that's it. He's not going to go up to 168. He's not going to do none of that shit. That's it for him. Because he knows the next fight with another top-tier elite fighter is going to be his last. That fighter is going to beat the crap out of him. Because they know what the recipe is to beat Golovkin now. Go to his body. His head is hard, but his body's not. And he's going to back up, and take a beating. Intangible Boxing says Golovkin's skills are hit and get hit. Yep. He's like Derek Chisora. You gotta just make up your mind and go forward. Oh my God. I got Charlo against GGG. You got everybody against GGG. You know he needs another Steve Rawls. GGG's turn. No, I'm just joking. He's better than Lemieux. He's better than David Lemieux. He has fundamental boxing skills. Fundamental. His defense is the high guard. He does use his feet as defense to get out of the way, and his jab. That's his primary defense. Hybrid 95 says he takes 3 to get 1. So a good boxer with good footwork, good defense. I mean, Tangible Boxing says, I got Ricardo Mayorga against Triple G. That'll be a good fight. He'll knock out Ricardo Mayorga. He's too small and so on. But it's a name at least. At least the guy was a welterweight champion and many, many years ago. Michael Alvarez says, leftover Matthew Strobe could beat GGG. Nope, he can't. Stop that. Listen, he's an elite fighter. Don't get me wrong. You know, he's a top tier fighter. You know, but he was overhyped. That's my point. I'm not saying that Triple G is not good and Intangible Boxing says Errol Spence would kill Triple G. Yeah, he would. Intangible Boxing says Errol Spence would kill Triple G. Yeah, he would. He definitely would. That body punching. That body punching would that body punching, boy. And he comes off his jab, off of angles too. Yeah, he would kill him. I believe that. I actually believe that. If Errol Spence was to tomorrow jump up 2 weight divisions, face Triple G, it wouldn't be a Kell Brook fight. It'd be a totally different fight, and Errol Spence would win. Not by KO, but by beatings. Because he pivots so well. It's beautiful pivot work. He beat up Triple G. Triple G's not quick either. He's slow compared to those guys. Hybrid 95 says Mayorga is going to be smoking cigarettes at the press conference. It will be exciting. That's a fight that Triple G should take. He should get Ricardo Mayorga a name. He should get Ricardo Mayorga a name. Better than Steve Rawls. And beat him up. Knock him out. That's what he should do. Prime Herrera versus GGG. What's that supposed to mean? Intangible Boxing says, Mauricio? No, Mauricio would get destroyed. That would just be wrong. You know, Mauricio is great with the jab and everything, but he's just too small for Triple G. His thing is jab. It's like Paulie Malignaggi versus Triple G. It's not making no sense. Triple G would walk through it and just beat him. Those guys are too small because they live off of the jab. Paulie's been beaten by Cotto, all these guys. They just overpower him. No, it's not good. He's going to face Nigel Benn and call it a day. Nigel Benn. Nigel Benn's a big dude, man. Nigel Benn's a light heavyweight, isn't he? Now? Isn't he a light heavyweight now? I don't think he's no longer coming back as middleweight. He'd be a light heavyweight. That would not... Well, it might work. I mean, Nigel Benn hasn't been boxing. He's an old guy. It might work. He might be able to knock him out, actually. Malignaggi would knock out Golovkin out cold. Yeah, just like how he knocked out that MMA fighter out cold. Yeah, right. I'll believe it when I see it. Mike Alvaredo's leftover. Carlos Molina versus Triple G. Which Carlos Molina? The little one? The little super lightweight or lightweight, I think it was? Or the big one? The 154 pounder? The 154 pounder still, he might get slept because Carlos Molina kind of brawls boxes, and the problem with Carlos Molina is he's not a 160 pounder. Adrian Broner versus Triple G. One thing we know is Adrian Broner wouldn't get hit. Hybrid 95 says he's facing Seikyo Bika, I believe, at 175. Who, Carlos Molina? Or Triple G? Maidana with no training versus... Oh, that's funny. Intangible Boxing says Seikyo Bika. Seikyo Bika is at 175. That is true, but I wouldn't. Seikyo Bika would maul up Triple G, do all kinds of crazy shit. It'll be a tough ass fight for Triple G. Rough and rugged. Intangible Boxing says last time I heard the name Seikyo Bika was when he faced Ward. Nope. He faced Adonis Stevenson at 175. Gave him a run for his money, too. Hybrid 95, Nigel Benn. Nigel Benn is facing Nigel Benn. Logan Paul versus Triple G in an exhibition match. Not bad idea. Not bad idea. Let's see if he wins against KSI first, though. Yeah, damn it, Nigel Benn is facing Seikyo Bika? Really? He is? That's crazy. That's crazy. Smash that like button if you like what you're seeing. So I think it's universally accepted that Triple G lost that fight. I can't be absolutely sure. I'm going to do a, what, Triple G versus Jesus Christ? Is that what you're saying? Intangible Boxing. This is 2001 all over again. Mike Alvarez says, what weight is Nikita Ababi? I don't know who that is. What I wanted to say was Ababi is a middleweight. Okay. I don't know who that guy is. What I was about to say was that, what was I going to say? I was going to say something and I forgot. I can't remember what I was going to say. I was going to tell you guys something and I forgot what it was. Oh well. So, don't forget to smash that like button, folks. I'll try and break down these fights because I said I was going to break down Canelo versus Triple G, the first fight. We got a bunch of fights we got to break down and score round by round, but hopefully I can get that done. Oh, yes. What I was going to say was I'm going to put up a poll so you guys can vote, and everybody else who wants to vote. Who do you think won the fight and by our... not who do you think would win the fight, but... yeah. GGG versus Derevyanchenko, who won? And then I'm going to give margins by which you thought the people won, and then you guys will select. I'm going to put up a poll for that because I want to see how many people actually thought Triple G won. If anybody at all. Maybe I don't know who. So we'll see. But honestly, I don't understand how people equate what happened with Canelo to what happened with Triple G today, in this fight. It's just not the same. Evander Holyfield versus Triple G. Why? That doesn't make no sense. Evander Holyfield was a heavyweight, though. Triple G wouldn't go up against a heavyweight. Nikita White Chocolate Abibi, marketable blonde-haired Logan Paul lookalike, good puncher and pressure fighter. Not very defensively responsible. Gets hit quite a lot. Okay. Uh, Interesting. Um, I, you know, one of the fighters who I think is not overhyped is Vasily Lomachenko. Well, he's overhyped a little bit, but I always thought that he did a lot. I even think that Sergey Kovalov, another Sergey, by the way, I always thought he did a lot as well, and he deserved the acclaim that he got. But Triple G, what acclaim do we give him? What elite top tier fighter has he beaten? Truly beaten. You know, and it's not that it's controversial fights, but that he beat these guys. A lot of people believe, and more people will believe, he didn't beat Danny Jacobs. A lot of people believe, and more people will believe, that Canelo beat him. And now, yet again, he did not win against Derevyanchenko. It was a robbery. Are people beginning to realize now the hype train is down, or they're going to say Triple G's getting old? Because he hasn't looked good since Danny Jacobs. He only looked good when the competition stepped down, when he had to face a small 154-pounder in Vanes Matarosyan, who was decided to go banging with him. He only looked good when he faced a very inexperienced but undefeated kickboxer who turned out to be a boxer in Steve Rawls. I mean, this guy is overhyped, way overhyped. And even his fans are realizing that after the Derevyanchenko fight. They're beginning to realize the truth about Triple G. And Tom Loeffler and all these guys have been promoting this hype train about him. And now people are beginning to see the truth. KSI with KO and with a body shot. Logan Paul's conditioning is absolutely... This is so funny. Logan Paul's conditioning is absolutely horrible, so I cannot say he will beat Triple G. You know, I just think that Triple G is an overhyped fighter. And greatest of all time, doing what? Are you going to give him greatest of all time because he had 20 successive knockouts in a row? You give a lot of fighters the competition Triple G got as a world champion, you're going to get the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So, what are you really saying? And I told you guys, and it's good because Coach Shelton Harris, shout out to Coach Shelton Harris out. He said the same thing about Terrence Crawford. They're overhyping some of these fighters. Terrence Crawford ain't done nothing at welterweight, but yet he going to beat all the welterweights out there. Come on now. The top tier guys. You haven't faced them, but you're going to beat them because you got the skills? No, that's not enough. We got to see you actually beat them. Styles make fights. Can you take advantage of every single style and beat every single style? Right? So, I just think that in boxing today, we got a lot of false narratives and a lot of people getting praised for things that they ain't even done. And Triple G's one of them. He's an all-time great for what? What has he done that makes him an all-time great? He's just one of those other elite fighters who've been fighting, you know, he's been fighting guys who are crappy to okay and getting by it. I think Comedy Shorts Gamer would beat Triple G. I don't know who that is. Now you guys are swinging the pendulum the other way. Look at what happened when he faced a UK fighter, Kell Brook. Except for CSG wouldn't have eye problems. I don't know who that is, to be honest with you. I remember not Matthew Macklin, the other guy. He won 11 rounds with Triple G. I forgot what his name is. And he was landing punches on Triple G the whole entire night, but he didn't have any power in his fist at all. You guys know who I'm talking about. He gave Sergey Kovalev a tough fight. It wasn't Matthew Macklin. It was forgot the kid's name. You heard somebody say Golovkin is greater than Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. Yeah, the hype was just ridiculous. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. fought names and beat them. Who has Triple G actually beat? Danny Jacobs? Did he really? Canelo? Did he really? Now Darenchenko, who to this point has only had 14 to 15 fights. That Darenchenko who faced Danny Jacobs, gave him all he could handle. I mean, come on now. He ain't faced names yet. Ian Gardner? No. Who's that? Who's Ian Gardner though? No, I'm talking about his name begins with M too. He went 11 rounds with him. He got hit with a body shot or something like that. And then referee called off the fight. I forgot who was his name. Not Matthew Macklin. For some reason Matthew Macklin's name keeps on coming up when I try to remember the guy's name. Anyways, man. So that's it for me. It's an hour 11 minutes into the video. I'm gonna go and do some other things I need to do. Ian Gardner went the distance with GGG in 1 round. Not talking about him though. Talking about the guy that went 11 rounds with him. GGG was world champion at that time. Martin Murray. That's the name. Martin Murray showed him up. You guys remember that? Martin Murray. So far back then. Same GGG. Martin Murray, who was feather-fisted, showed him up. All the way back then. Then there was another guy, Osuma something. He was a southpaw. And he showed up Triple G as well. I think he went 8 rounds. You lose your hype once you lose a tough fight. They start giving you the Sean Porter treatment. That's funny. Kasim Uma. That's the name, Eric Masinaro. Shout out to you. Yes. Kasim Uma gave him a tough fight. That's right. Remember that? That's way back in the day. This guy was exposing his flaws. So when people say, oh, Triple G, he's slowing down and all of this stuff, guys, come on now. Like Triple G was saying, guys, come on now, guys, when they were booing him. Come on now, guys, come on now. Come on now, guys. It's not that he's slowing down. It's not that he's getting older. It's that he's facing real stiff competition with people who know what they're doing in that ring. Right? People with defense. I keep on telling you guys, defense. Defense wins you fights. People don't like to hear that. Didn't watch the post-fight interviews. Guys, ain't no problem, man. I know you perturbed, but what I'm trying to say is that that's boxing. Right? Everybody knows who actually won that fight. That was a robbery. That's a robbery, man. That was a serious robbery. And it's sad. Don't forget, people, you can subscribe to my channel. You can like my videos. You can comment on my videos. But more importantly, you can donate to my channel. Via Western Union MoneyGram right now. We're still trying to work on a way to get you guys to pay online. We're trying to work hard on that. So it's going to come, you know. But there you go. So, you know, a bunch of you came through and you gave your opinion. Masinero, shout out to you, man. Don't forget to like my video. Eric Masinero. You know, Kasim Uma, man. They've been fighters who have done good work against Triple G because they had not only the skills, but like I tell you guys, it takes you years to do these things because of something called muscle memory, which Coach Eric Bradley just spoke about. So you guys go across to Master Boxing. All you guys that are here, go across to Master Boxing and listen to Eric Bradley's video, his breakdown on this fight. Okay, and any of you guys who want to go and box, please do not do that without a trainer. I need to get a trainer myself. I'm not going to try and practice things that are not right. And I'm trying to have Coach Eric Bradley's videos and Coach Eric Bradley direct me from afar, but I need to get a local trainer, maybe work along with Coach Eric Bradley, an extended arm, you know, but Hybrid95 says, I'm subscribing, resubscribing right now. You're funny, man. Look, man, Hybrid 95. I gotta check you guys' channels out as well. Support you guys and what you do. I listen to your different views on things, and that's really interesting. But like I said before, I am not training nobody in boxing. So if you guys say you should train somebody, no, I'm not. Not after what I heard Coach Eric Bradley say. This boxing thing is a whole other level, folks. And you can't train somebody to do something when you can't do it yourself. Trust me. Trust me. I can't do it myself, okay? So I need a trainer to actually help me to do it properly. When I demonstrate to you guys, my technique is terrible, and there's a lot of things that are just very wrong. I give you the general theme behind it, but trust me, I don't know nothing about boxing. I ain't trying to pretend like I know boxing like that, okay? Don't forget you can smash that like button, people. I can't consider Lomachenko overhyped. Well, they are saying some really ridiculous things about Lomachenko, so that's why I said he's overhyped some. You know, when a fighter's overhyped, for instance, another fighter may be successfully doing certain things in that ring. But you know what people say in the comment section, commentary? They say this person's trying to do this. They're trying to dig to the body. They're trying to line shots to the head. When you hear trying to do something, you know then that, and the boxer's actually doing it, you know that boxer that is being favored is overhyped. So Lomachenko is overhyped a bit, but his accomplishments are amazing. I think he's a limited fighter. I think his range limits him to what he can do in that ring. I know a lot of you guys again are gonna say, why don't you face him and stuff? And I know you guys are gonna laugh at what I'm saying and stuff. It's okay. It's okay. I don't portray to be the authority on boxing. I never have. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying though that from what I see and based on people who know boxing, if they're in agreement with or I'm in agreement with what they said, because you can't say they're in agreement with what I said because I'm not the be all and end all. If I'm in agreement with what they said, then it means therefore that that there must be something I'm saying that's right. Right? So that's what I'm saying. Let's see what is happening out. I want to use this spot also as a let's go champ. What happened there? Whoa. Oh, okay. Hybrid 95 says it's tough, man. I plan on getting my membership back now once I'm done with my physical therapy. Yeah, man. I mean, you still ahead of me because you actually boxed, actually probably sparred and boxed and stuff. Hopefully you're doing the right things and you're using the right techniques and stuff. Because if you're doing it wrong, bro, you might want to work on that. Hybrid 95, and when you start doing things wrong, it goes into muscle memory. So Hybrid 95, Tommy Temper, champ. Tommy Temper says, "Let's go, champ." Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What kind of therapy? Tommy Temper is into that stuff. I think he's a sports physician, a sports therapist. Tangible boxing, turn pro tomorrow. No, hell no. You want to kill me? We'll call out GGG. Oh, hell no. No. You do understand, I could get seriously concussed from a GGG fight and never come back here to talk to you guys, right? He could kill me. You do understand. He punches very, very hard, right? He could kill me. You won't see me again. It's that dangerous. Do you guys understand how dangerous boxers are? Did you guys see what happened to Ali Bashir? You saw what happened to him. His jaw got broken. That was from a punch. One punch. This is a dangerous sport. Professional boxers don't street fight for a reason. There's a reason their hands are licensed weapons. Them fighting against themselves is totally different to them fighting against you or I. Okay, their body's used to taking punishment. They've gotten hardened and toughened. We are not used to taking punishment. If Triple G would have hit me one punch on my chin, he'd not only break my jaw, but he could possibly give me a hematoma in my brain. A brain bleed. A brain bleed. I could die. I could die from just him punching me. Punch me to the gut. He could destroy my internal organs. He could damage my liver. He could damage my, you know. Do you guys understand how hard these guys punch? They do not punch like you and I. Okay? This is professional boxing. The guys hurt people for a living. It is much more dangerous than you think. But because they're competing against athletes who know what to do against punches and stuff, you know, this was Coach Eric Bradley listen, man, you could get badly hurt inside there, right? You know, if you're going to go do a professional bout or amateurs, you can get very badly hurt. Okay, this is not, you don't play this stuff. It's very dangerous. It's more dangerous than even the martial arts competitions I was in. Hybrid 95 says, I tore my rotator cuff a while back. I feel like I'm getting better now. I was hot-headed before and lacked composure when getting hit. Tommy Tepper said, did you have an Op 95? I've just used bands mostly to get my strength back, but I could have healed faster if I used my arm sling before. Poobies is drunk. Does this mean GGG is pound for pound #1? Shout out to you, Poobies is drunk. You're so funny. Don't forget to smash that like button. Hybrid 95 says, no, my coach told me not to be. He said it's risky. Okay. Good thing you have a coach, Hybrid 95. That's very good. I need to find a coach, a good one. And they're having the Olympic trials in my country this coming week. This week, actually. I should go and watch the fights. Yeah, anyways, I thought that I would talk on this. I wanted to hear you guys' views first. Poopy Sister, what's your view on Triple G versus Derevyanchenko? Who you thought won? Intangible Boxing says, GGG's pound for pound #2. He is very good and coming forward and letting his hands go. Yeah. You guys are going to see more from me in a bit, but for now I got to go. The coach I go to trains a UFC fighter named James Vick. Wow. It's great. That's fantastic. He's a very good coach when it comes to that. That's good. You do UFC or you do boxing though? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Tommy Temper, before you leave, Tommy, before you say peace out, are you having a hangout today? I'm probably not going to go up on EJ Boxing Live. Maybe I'll go up on EJ Boxing Live. Fort Worth, Texas. Nice. Listen, Tommy Temper, you probably should have a hangout or something online so we can actually discuss this. I might go up on EJ Boxing Live. I prefer if EJ at least moderates his things better, because I got kicked off of EJ Boxing Live by Hamed, and Hamed kicked me off of EJ Boxing Live because I had basically I called out H Money. I called out H Money for the nonsense he was talking, right? And apparently EJ pulled H Money from the thing, and then Hamed came and pulled me off. And I was like, EJ, you need to be in control of your stuff, man. You need to be in control of your stuff. Hamed 92 is weird. Tangible Boxing says, yeah, he's had an issue with me. He was a Pacquiao fan. I used to talk about Mayweather beating Pacquiao and stuff. But even so, Hamed 92, you know, he's basically like a thin little voice guy. He talks in a very thin voice. I think he's just a Muslim. And you know, he's got his cool ways about him and everything. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not trying to make him an enemy or anything. But I'm just saying, he had an issue with me, apparently. Since I was on Boxing Beats and Rhymes, he had an issue with me. You know, but it's all good. Guys, come on now. Get the smoke. What's up, man? Get to smash that like button. How did you see the fight, Get the Smoke? Who do you have winning the fight? Intangible Boxing says Hammer 92 makes burners so he can go on BFTB. What does BFTB mean? Boxing streams and troll people. Okay. All I know is that he seemed to have an issue with me for some reason. But yeah, you guys, I see what you guys are saying. I want to still hear your views though. I want to hear your views on this fight. I do have to go drink some more water. I want to hear your views on this fight all the way through. Some of these plants need water. I have to go and get them some. Get This Smoke says he thought it was a draw. You're serious, or you're the first person to tell me that? Everybody else in this particular stream believed that it was a robbery. You're the first person to say it was a draw. How did you get the fight that close? Why? How did you score your rounds? Which rounds you gave to Derevyanchenko? Which rounds you gave to Triple G? Anybody else had the fight or draw? Anybody else had the fight for Triple G? BFTB is a channel. Okay. What does it stand for? What does BFTB stand for? Boxing. Get This Smoke says either could have won. Close fight. Haven't done round by round yet. Wow, you had it a close fight. Wow. Amazing. Hybrid 95 says GST is the king of going against the grain. Oh, Get This Smoke. Okay. Okay. BFT stands for best fight the best. Hybrid 95 says best fight the best. Okay. BFTB is entertaining. Oh, cool. Yeah, well, there you go. So one person added a draw. And that would be Get This Smoke. Interesting. He said he didn't score it round by round, so that's interesting as well. So I don't know how he got a draw. How did you get it a draw? How do you your eye test? How were you listening to the commentary? Did you have it sound off? I mean, how did you get it a draw? I don't understand. His moderators hate me though. Intangible Boxing. What can I say? I mean, at least 14 out of the 15 people that actually voted here thought that Sergey Derevyanchenko won. One person added a draw. So there you go. I thought it would have been unanimous, especially with Get This Smoke. I thought it would be unanimous that everyone would have thought it was a robbery. I guess I was wrong. Well, anyway, peoples, it's time to go back to what I have to do for the rest of the day. It was nice talking with you guys. It's almost 1.5 hours I've been here talking with you about this fight. I think if you guys understand inside fighting, what Derevyanchenko was doing, I think you'd really appreciate how much he dominated this fight. You know, I think that maybe Get This Smoke is scoring the knockdown round. I still don't get it. Even if you score the knockdown round and you give the Triple G 3 more rounds, or I don't know. Entitled Boxer says, even Johnny Boy said Derevyanchenko got robbed. Really? Johnny Boy said that? Oh my God. He's a big Triple G fan. Woo! Wow. Well, there you go. You know? There you go. Hybrid 95, shout out to you, man. Catch you later, bro. Okay, so let me get out of here. Yeah, intangible. I gotta go myself. Okay. I mean, it is what it is. Both guys did enough to win, in my opinion. Okay. Okay, get the smoke if you think so. I do not share your opinion, but if you think so. What criteria are you judging that on? Is it Triple G's power versus Derevchenko's activity? I mean, what are you basing that on? Hey, you guys need to do a hangout or something on this, where we can have a bunch of people's opinions. Maybe they'll have differing opinions, but I'm just shocked that there's almost a universal. Don't forget to smash that like button, folks. There's almost a universal agreement, almost, except for get the smoke. There's almost a universal agreement that Sergey Derevchenko won. And almost a universal agreement that he was robbed. A lot of people thought he was robbed. I got to go means let's talk boxing for 20 minutes. I know. Well, I'm inside though. I got a jet, but I will catch you guys later, man. Catch you guys later. It was good talking about boxing with you guys. I'll do a round by round and leave a comment on this video. Yeah, I hope that your round by round helps you because I don't know, man. I tried to give Triple G rounds. To be honest with you, this could have easily been a blowout. Because the knockdown wasn't a knockdown. He was hit in the back of the head. Not the top of the head, the back of the head. So that wasn't really a knockdown, it was ruler knockdown. And then the round where everyone said that Triple G landed a punch that opened up the cut on Derevchenko's face turned out to be a headbutt. So those two rounds that I gave Triple G was round 1 and round 2. Really wasn't his rounds because Derevchenko was the more busier guy. The only reason he got those rounds because of the knockdown and his power where he supposedly was supposed to cut Derevchenko's face. So this easily could have been a blowout. Every single round you could have given to Derevchenko. This could have been a 120, 108. Yeah. This could easily have been that. I had it what I have it? 160, 116, 111. 9 rounds to 3 for Derevchenko. There were no swing rounds. The rounds I gave were more swing rounds. This was an easy fight to score. There's a reason why Triple G fans, even in the auditorium and even Triple G fans now on social media, are saying that Triple G didn't win that fight. Coach Eric Bradley, the fight doctor, who never says this stuff, said, no way in hell Triple G won that fight. Coach Eric Bradley, his reputation is high. He said that. So, I mean, if you saw it as a draw, more power to you, brother. I mean, but for me, I didn't see that. I honestly did not see that. You know, I saw Derevchenko was the busier fighter, the more accurate fighter, right? The fighter who was more effective, he was pushing Triple G back. The guy with a better jab. I mean, every single criteria, better footwork. He was working around Triple G. You know, I didn't know what you was watching, but that's what I saw. I mean, this was even a more dominant performance than Canelo's performance against Triple G. The second fight, it was even more dominant than that. So, I mean, I don't know what to say. There was an entire round where Triple G did not throw much punches. Threw about probably 5 punches. Threw, not landed. Threw. I don't know what to say. Maybe you got caught up in the commentary. They were saying it was a competitive fight. I didn't see that. It was an activity-based fight, but I just didn't see that. I watch fights to enjoy, not score the first time around. Oh, you didn't score it. That's probably why. But even if you didn't score it, man, you had to see that Derevyanchenko won that fight. People who don't know shit about boxing watched it and thought Derevyanchenko won. It was that clear to me. That's why people in the stadium in Madison Square Gardens they booed. These are Triple G fans. In the fight they were saying Triple G, Triple G, Triple. They booed the result. His own fans. He's like, come on, guys. That was a gift decision, man. I thought it was me at first, so that's why I didn't put up any reaction video immediately after. Showbiz the adult. Showbiz the adult. He scored it for Derevyanchenko. 8-4. He predicted Triple G would win. He had to turn around and say, Triple G did not win that fight. Right? So it wasn't about being right. He knew Triple G didn't win that fight. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. Get the smoke. This is such a one-sided fight, in my opinion. Thank you, man. Canelo stayed on his feet twice. Stayed on his feet. Think about this. Think about this. Think about this. This is some food for thought for you. All right? Derevyanchenko got cut over his eye. Why is it a Triple G with all that power? He's a power puncher now. With all that power, could not open up that cut more so the fight would be stopped. Or get the fight stopped off of the cut. Derevyanchenko was having blood fall into his eye. So his vision was blurred. Why is Derevyanchenko still dominating the fight? Why is Derevyanchenko even in the fight? Why isn't Triple G walking down Derevyanchenko? I'm just asking. This is the great knockout artist, Triple G. He showed his power, right? He dropped him Derevyanchenko in round one. Then he, I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't understand. By the way, in a fight like this, you can't have a draw. With a knockdown, you can't have a fight with a draw. The knockdown takes off 1 point. So there will be no draw. This fight can never, unless Derevyanchenko knocks down Triple G or he gets an 8-10 round, there is no draw. I'm just saying. Anyways, people, man, I'm out of here. You guys have a good one. Peace.